Denny's in Oakland served its last meal today. After 54 years, the restaurant shut down for good, citing concerns over crime.
And new at 10 tonight, yet another small business here in Oakland has been cleared out by thieves.
The owner of Inner Desires on Grand Avenue says the group of thieves took nearly everything in his store early yesterday morning. Live coverage now from KTVU's Amber Lee in Oakland. And Amber, the store owner says he actually moved locations thinking it would be safer, thinking that he wouldn't get hit again.
Okay, In-N-Out is out of Oakland. One of California's most popular, profitable burger chains is shuttering its Oakland restaurant. Companies saying just not safe enough.
Now, the people of Oakland, California want to kick out the mayor and district attorney for their light on crime and defund the police policies. Let's talk about it. So here's local news out of Oakland reporting on the recall of the Democrat mayor of the city. Now, the most shocking thing about Oakland is only 4% of registered voters identify as Republicans. So these are essentially independents and Democrats who are trying to kick out their Democrat leadership.
Recall Mayor Shanktown started back in January, and already proponents say they are confident. Good evening on this Saturday. I'm Christina Rendon. Today, a group leading the recall effort held a rally in Oakland. New at 10, KTVU's Tom Vakar was at that gathering. And Tom, how far along are these organizers?
Much farther than I think anybody realizes. It surprised me. Using a shuttered business for their stage, recallers say, in fact, they are succeeding. Saturday afternoon saw yet another rally to recall Oakland Mayor Shanktown in what was once Restaurant Le Cheval, closed in part due to street crime.
She didn't inherit all of these problems. She caused a number of problems.
Retired Alameda Superior Court Judge Brenda Harbin Forte heads the recall petition.
People who say give her more time to do what?
Now, for you to understand why people are upset at Mayor Shanktown because of the rising crime in Oakland, you need to see this report by CNN, because liberal CNN, remember CNN is a left-wing crazed network. They literally called out Oakland, saying rising crime risks turning Oakland into a ghost town.
Chaotic scenes from Oakland, California, a city now notorious for its violent crime. The Hagenberger Road corridor, one of the worst parts of the city. Once a thriving road with chain stores and local businesses, it's now an area many avoid.
So customers are scared, so they're not staying to eat.
Exactly. They call for the phone and order the food, but to go.
1 year since opening Zona Latina, Cindy Varella's business has been broken into twice. Her customers targeted countless times.
For my customer, they broke the windows, the car, and take everything.
Varela stores down the street from this Raising Cane's, where employees tell us they do drive-through service only. This cage here, it's where employees park their cars, and there are signs everywhere telling people to eat and leave. Just around the corner, the well-known burger chain In-N-Out says it will be closing this location, not from lack of business, but because customers and associates are regularly victimized by car break-ins, property damage, theft, and armed robberies. In 2023, Oakland police recorded increases in burglaries, robberies, and auto thefts by 23, 38, and 45% compared to the year prior. In the last week, several companies across Oakland have all announced safety concerns. Kaiser Permanente telling its workers in a leaked memo obtained by KTVU not to leave the building for lunch or hold meetings downtown.
It sort of creates this avalanche of people afraid to go out, which actually makes it even a worse problem.
Sherry Godinez is a third-generation Oaklander.
What's it like seeing restaurant after restaurant closed on this block?
It's very heartbreaking.
Godinez represents hundreds of businesses as the executive director of a business collective. More than half of the businesses she recently surveyed said they were closing or leaving Oakland.
To see Oakland transition from such a thriving community to starting to look like a ghost town is just devastating.
Godinez's organization and other business districts want city leaders to make policy changes that would allow Oakland police to operate more effectively. She says businesses like this home decor store burglarized just a few weeks ago experience repeated break-ins. Groups of people, organized and strategic, often captured on citywide cameras, hit several businesses at a time. Crime, Godinez says, is changing the local economy.
First Friday is a launching pad to get started.
She believes it's part of the reason the Oakland First Friday Street Fair, put on to showcase businesses, has been temporarily shut down for the first time in 10 years.
So the mayor's been there for about a year and a half. So what does the mayor say about this rising crime? Whose fault is it? Check it out.
Mayor, some of your critics do allege that the burglary that took Officer Lay's life and other crimes that happened in 2023, that they happened on your watch. Data from your police department shows robberies, burglaries, and car thefts all up last year. How do you explain that?
You know, I have the best job in the world. That's because every day I have a chance to fight for a safer, more affordable, and prosperous Oakland. And I ask all Oaklanders to help me achieve that vision with hope and with collaboration, and really push aside division and fear. The only way that we're going to get through this is together. And, I want to thank you for that question, because I should clarify the record. I have 3 points I want to make. First, making Oakland safer for children, families, businesses, and visitors is my top priority. And I join Oaklanders in demanding for more prevention, more enforcement, and more accountability for the criminal groups inflicting harm upon our community. Second, crime in Oakland has been on a steady rise since 2019. A full 3 years before I took office. And it is dishonest for anyone to state that crime started rising under my watch only. Under my watch, however, we looked under the hood and identified issues that needed fixing while setting priorities that really move Oakland forward. And third, my record is clear. Despite inheriting rising crime rates and a historic budget deficit, I have taken aggressive action to reduce crime by investing in a robust police department, by strengthening violence prevention initiatives, and leveraging technology to disrupt the criminal networks. And under my leadership, Oakland has more police officers, more safety ambassadors, and more violence prevention teams on our streets than any time in the last 2 years. Of course, things don't get better overnight. We have already diagnosed the issue, right? And so right now we are implementing our plan so that we can ensure to reduce crime and improve the whole community's sense of security here in the city of Oakland.
Now, before Oakland went ultra woke, they actually had record low crime rates. Check it out.
Today, Oakland leaders releasing the annual crime data report, which they say shows a steady 5-year decline in shootings, homicides, and robberies. There were 75 homicides occurring in Oakland last year. That is down from 85 in 2016, and that follows that downward trend. 2016 brought a 12% drop in violent crime versus the 5-year average, and a 20% drop in robberies.
Now, remember, that was back in 2017. Then we had George Floyd, then we had defund the police, then we had light on crime policies, and look what happened to crime next.
On Oakland's increase in violent crime.
Yeah, those numbers just released this morning show a reverse of years of falling violence in Oakland. So this is a new disturbing trend. Let's take a look at some of those numbers. There were 6,351 violent crimes recorded in Oakland last year, the highest number in the last 5 years, and a 7% increase over 2018. Homicides, aggravated assaults, and robberies were all up. The only violent crime that fell was rape.
So now you know why the people of Oakland are trying to recall this mayor. So let's see what the more recent developments are.
She has ruined our city.
A recall is possible due to Oakland's ongoing bouts with brash criminal activity, missing a deadline to secure $15 million in state funding to combat retail crime, the recent spate of Hagenberger businesses closures, as well as the continuing failure to appoint a permanent police chief.
Now, obviously, the ultimate hypocrisy here is that these policies were designed to help black and brown communities, but the people who have been most affected negatively by these policies are those same black and brown communities. So now that's why when you see people at this recall rally asking for people to sign these petitions to get rid of the mayor, who do you see? Mostly black and brown people.
Look at the potholes, look at the homelessness, look at the jobs, look at the businesses that are leaving Oakland. And I'm mad as double HE hockey sticks.
Those wanting to dump the mayor must get at least 10% of Oakland's registered voters to sign a recall petition, 25,000 of them by July, and it looks like they'll beat that deadline by months.
12,500 people plus who have signed already to recall Mayor Schenk.
Yeah. We know that the voters made a mistake by voting for Schenk. But as you can see with the signatures that we have collected, they are willing to correct their mistake.
She either resign or get recalled. Because
either or.
Because she's not doing her job. And we see the consequence of her failure on the streets every day.
Now, the most shocking part about this video is that Oakland's registered Republicans only account for 4% of the registered voters in Oakland. So now you have black, brown, Asian, white, all coming together saying we need to stop these progressive policies and we need to get this mayor out of office. Do you think they're going to be successful? Now, this has happened before with the DA out in San Francisco who was recalled, but this one will be a shocker if this progressive Democrat mayor is kicked out of one of the most liberal Democratic cities in America. So as always, tell me where I'm in the comment section and tell me if you would vote to recall this mayor in Oakland, California. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.